The COVID-19 pandemic became a defining moment for India to exhibit its leadership capabilities in the face of global crisis. Under the Vaccine Maitri initiative, India supplied vaccines to over 100 countries, including low-income and developing nations that would have struggled to procure them otherwise. India's humanitarian efforts, from supplying vaccines to food relief in Southeast Asia, are more than acts of goodwill. They are a reflection of the country's broader ambitions to be a responsible global leader. India, a nation with rich cultural history of compassion, has long held a reputation for extending its hand to those in need. In recent years, particularly following the COVID-19 pandemic, India's global standing as a friend to the world has seen a dramatic rise. From sending vaccines to the distant shores to the recent deploying of military resources like the C-17 Globemaster to flood-stricken nations such as Laos and Vietnam, India has embraced its key role as a key player in international humanitarian diplomacy. This evolution not only reflects India's commitment to aiding the world during crisis, but also showcases its growing influence as a problem solver on the global stage. The COVID-19 pandemic became a defining moment for India to exhibit its leadership capabilities in the face of global crisis. Under the Vaccine Maitri initiative, India supplied vaccines to over 100 countries, including low-income and developing nations that would have struggled to procure them otherwise. This act of solidarity was not only a testament to India's scientific and pharmaceutical capabilities, but also an extension of its ethos of being a global partner in times of need. Post-pandemic, India's commitment to humanitarian causes has only grown stronger. In August 2024, India dispatched its C-17 Globemaster, a military transport aircraft, to Laos and Vietnam to help tackle devastating floods. This was a continuation of India's proactive disaster response capabilities that have been honed over years, making the country a reliable responder to global calamities. The deployment of the C-17 Globemaster signifies more than just material support. It symbolizes India's evolving role as a protector of human lives beyond its borders. India is a problem solver on the global stage. India's commitment to aiding the other nations during disasters and crises is a reflection of its broader geopolitical ambitions. Historically, India's foreign policies have revolved around non-alignment and strategic autonomy. However, over the past decade, India has made a concerted effort to position itself as a leader not just in the global south but across the world. The country's increased participation in international fora such as G20 and the United Nations is indicative of its desire to influence global governance. The world now increasingly looks to India for solutions to complex global challenges. Whether it's combating climate change, addressing food security, or responding to pandemics, India has become a key player in multilateral discussions. The Indian government's emphasis on the Sustainable Development Goals and its leadership in initiatives like the International Solar Alliance underscores its commitment to providing long-term solutions to global problems. A strategic and humanitarian balance, India's humanitarian aid is not just about goodwill. It is also a strategic tool that strengthens its geopolitical influence. By providing aid and disaster relief to countries in Southeast Asia, Africa, and beyond, India is fostering deeper diplomatic ties and ensuring it is seen as a reliable partner in international relations. The recent assistance to Laos and Vietnam, for example, comes at a time when India is seeking to bolster its engagement with Southeast Asian countries such as the parts of its Act East policy. The deployment of the C-17 Globemaster is not just a show of military capabilities, but also an affirmation of India's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific region, a critical area in the global geopolitics. India's humanitarian efforts, from supplying vaccines to food relief in Southeast Asia, are more than acts of goodwill. They are a reflection of the country's broader ambitions to be a responsible global leader. In conclusion, India's humanitarian diplomacy, especially in the post-COVID era, has strengthened its global standing and increased its influence in international relations. The world increasingly looks to India for solutions to global problems, and India has responded by offering both immediate relief and long-term solutions. As the world grapples with future challenges, India's role as a global problem solver will only grow stronger, cementing its place as a key player on the global stage. This was it for today. For more such videos, stay tuned with Uday India.